started with the guidelines, I want to remind everyone to please drop in the comments where you're watching from so that we know and we can engage with you as well. Definitely be engaged in our discussion tonight. Ask questions if you have any. Please feel free just to leave a comment if you feel that as well. And as always, be respectful as we talk with business owners, entrepreneurs, those who have side hustles. We want to always be respectful as we engage because we want to make sure to give you all good content for the culture and for the cause. So please be tuned in and share this live stream. And if not live stream, share it on the replay. Without further ado, I want to definitely go ahead and introduce tonight's featured guests. We have Regal Beauty Company. We have Deanna and we have Dasha with us tonight, and I will let them both introduce themselves to you. Hi, ladies. Thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Hello.
Who wants
I'll let you go first, Dasha.
Okay, so I'm Dasha, one of the co-owners of Regal Beauty. We are a hair and beauty supply. We started in 2019. Our focus is on natural hair care, and we just celebrate the regality of natural hair, however that looks. And it can look a variety of different ways when you're looking at a Black woman. We specialize in natural hair care, but we do sell wigs and braid hair and other things that help us switch up our style anytime we want.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Deanna Jones. I am Dasha's sister, co-owner of Regal Beauty. I think she gave our introduction to our brand so perfectly, so there's really not much to add there, but I'm excited to be here with you all. Thanks for having us.
Yes, you're most welcome. I'm so glad to have you all here because when I learned about Regal Beauty Company, I was like, whoa, I got to find out more about this and definitely to reach out. So what went into the decision to deciding to go into business with your sister? I'm going to get right into it because that's a big thing right there.
Yeah. I think, yes. I think it was, and we were both in a place, and obviously I'll let Deja speak for herself, but we were both in a place and we knew it was time to transition. And I think things kind of lined up for us to open Regal Beauty. So one, we were ready to transition from our jobs. And then two, we had seen the media in terms of our sisters being disrespected, being hit in the stores, and then, the whole thing really kind of stuck with both of us that, they want our money, but they don't want to give us any respect. And so, we wanted to kind of set an atmosphere. We wanted to start to take back, just that space in the market for us where you can shop and be respected. Not only your dollar is valued, but you are valued. And then just a place to glorify, Black excellence, to glorify, the beauty and the regality. We are queens. It's not just a phrase. We truly believe that we are queens. And so we wanted to have a place where that was exemplified.
Yes, I love that. That's amazing. And you took me honestly back to those videos from those summers and they were posted because I hadn't thought about them in a while. But as soon as you said that, I could see it all right in front of me.
Yeah.
Dasha, was it different for you? Was there a different reason, or was everything just about the same?
It was the same. And I also think we wanted to specialize on just being a place where we could showcase Black products. We didn't see anything out there. Well, I'm not going to say we didn't see anything out there. There were places out there, but we wanted to be just like a focal point of just Black-owned products in general. And so that was our goal also from the beginning, just to highlight Black-owned brands and specifically locally owned Black-owned brands that people didn't know about.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely bring that spotlight and awareness intention more than to just having a store for us, by us, but definitely the products as well being for us and by us. Because there's a lot of chemicals and different products that aren't healthy for women. And then again, on top of that, for Black women. So it's amazing.
Yes.
I see that you have some very specific product and selection choices. I saw that there were vegan products as well. Will you speak a little bit to the products that you have in the store or online?
Yeah, so we wanted to bring just a clean ingredient vibe to what we offered. specifically looking out for the natural community that doesn't really like a lot of chemicals and over processed things in their beauty products. We wanted to put a focus on that because we understand that's what people want. Me specifically, I am a naturalista, so I like clean products. And so I know that it's kind of a trend right now, but it's also good for our bodies. So we wanted to bring not only good products, but something that was good for us in general and open up just a place for people to have access to that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that also we see that the tides are changing. I mean, even 2 years ago, the emphasis on natural hair, natural marketing, natural ingredients was not as saturated as it is now. So I like to think that we had even a small part to play in that. And then giving a platform for those places to shine was great because we didn't know about a product here, but you have to go here to get one product, go here to get another product. And we liked the opportunity that we had to kind of centralize that to say, hey, we got all of that here. Come see us. We got what you need. So
definitely. And I think the people are still coming to see y'all. Like they're making sure to definitely support
the
mission, and they love what you guys bring or what you ladies bring to the table.
Thank you.
So how did you know that running a beauty store was your calling? Like I know that you said you saw that there was a need for it, especially with seeing our women disrespected in different stores owned by different people. But when did you know it was like really your calling?
I can say for me, having a beauty supply store has been in my blood since I was probably about 15 or 16 years old. I always loved braiding hair. I was the braider in school. I used to tell my friends as I got older, like in my 20s, like, yeah, one day I'm gonna have a beauty supply store. It's going to back then it was like, oh, it's gonna have a child care center. You're gonna be able to drink. Like it was the dreams were just out there back then. Of course, it's more refined, but it was just a part of me. Hair was always a part of me. And it's just something that not only I wanted to do for myself and my family, but bring something to our community and let the community know that this is something that we can do. Like this is not off limits for Black people. Okay, this is something we can do and being an example. So that's when I knew.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew that I always wanted to own something in the community for my community, to build my community. So, when we initially had our brick and mortar, we went back to the neighborhood that we came from. We were on the corner of Main and Gilbert. I almost say Mount Vernon, Main and Gilbert over there in Columbus, Ohio. And, when I first got out of foster care, my first apartment was over there. That's Deja's stomping grounds. Like she grew up over there, still got family over there. And so for me, this was like the perfect opportunity. I've always wanted to own it because I feel like as for the culture, we have to expand our horizons and to go into different parts of the marketplace. And so for me, this was an opportunity to do that, to own that and to be that example, like she said, because I can't tell you how many times sisters came in there, was like, oh, I've always wanted to do this. And, or they had an idea for something and then they were sparked. And we always want to provide that encouragement when they came in. We would sit there and vibe with you and, shoot the breeze with you, even if you just came in to look around. So for me, that's when I knew is when that opportunity presented itself with the space that I was in. I knew it was time.
So during the pandemic, there have been some changes for Regal Beauty, and you guys have gone from a storefront to being online. Will you tell us a little bit about that transition and any real challenges maybe that the pandemic has presented for you all?
Ooh. It kind of makes me emotional just thinking about it. Wow. Because we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Over the past year, just thinking about how we moved an entire storefront in 2 weeks. We still consistently did orders. Timely. Still had great customer service. delivered to people all across Columbus, sometimes ourselves. We did hire eventually a courier service, but our dedication was not just to us, it was to our customers. And we wanted to show them that we were here for them.
Yeah.
Although we all are going through something, we still wanted to be present. We just didn't we didn't feel like we needed to close. We had ideas of how we could transition and just continue to be there for our customers. And so we tried to do that as best as we could. We have changed websites 3 times within that time. We have stopped delivery, started delivery, stopped delivery again. But it was all evaluating us and what our capacity was, as well as still trying to serve our customers. And so, although we're no longer doing delivery for a long time, we did do free shipping for our customers and just continue to try to show that we were here. And although we didn't have a storefront anymore, we're still local and we're still here to supply a need to you. And so the most challenging thing for us, I feel like, is just being consistent through all of that and trying not to allow our stress to project on our business. And so that is what I can say is the hardest thing. And I'm sorry for getting emotional, but
no, you're fine. This is why it's so important to share our stories, because at the end of the day, we have a specific set of challenges that sometimes are very specific to us and what we are going through. And so it's important to get that out there. I appreciate your authenticity and your willingness to share that with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to let you share as well.
There were a lot of difficult things, and I think for me, what I want people to take away and possibly understand even was, like she said, that our lives have changed so much in the past 2 years, and you would not have known that when you walked in our store, when you looked at our website, when you engaged with us. And I think that was one of the bright spots in going through this, because everybody had difficulties with COVID. So I definitely don't want to try to act like we were in it by ourselves. But I think that was a difficult thing for me, is doing all of that transitioning at one time. It was a lot. It was overwhelming. And then the importance that we placed on excelling and being the best. When I had people around me that were close to me were like, well, you should just go ahead and close. You should just go ahead and close. You should just go ahead and close. That's something to overcome, and then to deal with the transitions and then the natural transition of COVID. I mean, we were one of the last spaces, I think, on the block where we were to close, because we're like, well, they didn't say our name, so we're just going to stay open, just to try to be there in the community, still serving, still engaging with people. And so even to lose that was hard for me. So just COVID just was multifaceted in the ways that it made life difficult. But, praise the Most High, we are still here.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. How has this change impacted your business overall? And then I'll say the second part, but how has this impact changed like your business? Have people continued to still come and seek you guys out? I feel like they have. I know I've continued to find you all wherever you're at, honestly.
Yes, our returning customer rate is very high. It's over 30%. So that just tells you that people consistently come back and seek us. No matter where we are, they like the service that we provide, and they do want to continue to support a small business, not just a Black-owned business, but a small business. And so we get that all the time, like, oh, I haven't ordered from you guys in a while. Let me get on here and see what I can buy. And so that has been pretty consistent. People are trying their best throughout this pandemic to do what they can for us. And I can see it for everybody, especially the small businesses, because we see that most of the businesses these days are going to the big box stores, and they're kind of overwhelming the market with being the be all for everybody. Like, you can go there for everything you need. And so just to see that people stop and don't buy from them and they come specifically to us to support small businesses.
I would agree with that. I think that has been the biggest transition, or the biggest impact is obviously, you know, we don't have the people that are, can just walk in anymore. And I think that we took somewhat of a hit, but I was very pleasantly surprised at the people who still, I was gonna get my hair done. I was in a meeting with someone. I was gonna get my hair done, but I didn't because I wanted to come to you, and just really being intentional and really committing about recirculating the Black dollar, and really trying to keep it in the community for as long as we can. We understand that you have to go somewhere, you have to go somewhere else, but understanding that intentionality that people shop with was an impact. And then, on the positive side, on the negative side, just losing that, hey, I need something real quick. Those customers, just that has been a major impact for me, in my opinion.
It has. Yeah.
On a community level, let's talk. I think it was Deanna that said that you guys were in the community, you wanted to be in the community and for the community and be seen in the community and be visible that way. What impact do you think that that's had? I mean, I know young people don't always say anything, and I'm hoping somebody's been watching and sees the journey and is like, hey, I want to make sure to have something in the community too. Do you think you've had any impact on the community in that respect, like inspiring other business owners?
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, I know of several, and it's not even just been business owners. It's been people that felt like they wanted to go chase their dream. I mean, we've talked to artists, we've talked to poets, we've talked to makeup, connoisseurs, authors, like, for just when you're in there and people see you standing in the manifestation of the prayer, of the hard work, of putting in the time, of you're standing in the manifestation of the dream, right? They are excited to do that. And so I know that we had it. I mean, even for our families, my son, he's 5, my youngest, he was like, Mom, when I open my store, I'm going to have this, and that. But it's just the automatic, like, I'm going to have a store. That's something that my older kids didn't get to see. They didn't have that example. And so just seeing the impact of my nieces, like, Auntie, I was thinking about branching out. What do you think about mutual funds? I mean, just seeing the impact of somebody that looks like you do it, it's going to have an impact, even if you don't see it right away. So I definitely think there was an impact there. I don't know if Deja, if you feel that way.
Yeah. I can remember when, I don't know, it was sometime in 2019 when we did Deanna spoke at East High. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And we had a table, and there were juniors and seniors, walking past the table. And me, I'm an East High alumni, so it just touched me to be able to give back to my old school and allow them to see, like, this is happening in your city right around the corner. You know what I mean? So that for me was like a big impact, and just allowing young teenagers to see what the possibilities are, because we didn't see that. We didn't see that. Like, we didn't have as many entrepreneurs as you see now. The go-getter that's in people, and the perseverance to just start businesses, whether you have experience or not. Like, for us, we really didn't have experience when we started. And when we opened, we were looking at ourselves in awe, like, girl, we really did this. Like, do you see what we did? Like, we had some help. I'm not going to say we didn't have help. Our family was there to help start, like, building up slat walls, putting together shelves. But just the admin work and the ordering of inventory and the, teaching yourself accounting and just the very detailed aspects of business that nobody really talks about. Like, we taught ourselves that. And it's really hard. And I don't want people to think that it's easy, but just allowing other people to see that it can be done, specifically young kids, that was very beneficial for me. Very beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can believe that seeing youth get inspired it's always inspiring to see them get inspired, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta ask, everybody seems to be tracking their progress with how far they're reaching in the world, especially during this pandemic where we're all a lot more virtual than we used to be. What is some of the farthest reach you guys have had with Regal Beauty?
I think kind of tied. Luxembourg was an order that we had in Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Denmark, like, yes, girl, Denmark.
Worldwide, yes. I love to hear that. So if somebody has never heard of Regal Beauty, what can they expect from an experience with Regal Beauty? Because I mean, I've been on the blogs, I've seen some things, I know what I'm looking for, but what could somebody who's never heard of or hasn't experienced yet, what can they look forward to?
When they come to us, they can definitely know that we have their back. Like, we're coming from a place of experience based off of what we have been through as naturals, what we have been through even when it comes to hair and weave. Like, my children, they love their braids. I have, cousins who love their wigs, and, we teach each other how to do installs and sew-ins. And like, we are not beauticians, but we know based on what we have done and what we have experienced with the people that we know. And one thing that they will get from us is good customer service and a sister that will keep it real and let them know what it is. And you can't really get that when you're going to other beauty supply stores who don't really know too much about us specifically in our culture.
Yeah. And some people definitely aren't using the product, so they can't speak from that experience, for sure.
Right. And I think that's something that, you get hands down at Regal Beauty, whether it's in a messenger chat, because people message us like, what about this product? What do you think about this? Or this is what my hair does. I mean, that's something that you will definitely get, because we, at one time, were trying to use everything in the store. And so we were intentional about being how to report back on how it does. And I know that it's like a point of contention where if it's really a 4C, a 4B and all that. But, we really was just talking about, like, this is what I identify with. This is what my hair does. And these are the products that work for me. Or this is what my daughter's hair is. Even though it looks the same, we have to use different products. And you're not going to get that at another store. So the firsthand experience, the honest feedback, like, hey, I really want this, but this is my budget. Okay, well, I know exactly the product to get for you, and so just even doing that market research or that customer feedback, because we're having the conversation with the next sister. So even if you don't believe me, I've sold this product 3 times today. You know what I mean? And that kind of helps them to know, like, okay, this is really good or really, really not. But you'll definitely get that. You'll get transparency with us. You'll get authenticity with us. And you'll definitely, just get encouragement from us. We want everybody to come away from our experience feeling regal. And you definitely will get that coming into any contact with us in any sphere, including Regal Beauty.
Oh, yes, and you're definitely not getting that everywhere. So I can agree with that. So yes, for over the past 2 years or even just the past year, are there any really positive or just important standout moments that each of you have? Yes, think on it. I know there's probably something that's really just good that's in there, and I'm waiting for it.
Positive standout moments. For me, I would say that I ended up meeting someone that feeds my soul every time I'm around them. And like really being able to just find people that I really would want to talk to, like, oh, okay, well, sure, we could do lunch. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely meet up with you. Like, that to me is definitely a positive, but just the standout thing for me would be the impact that I see it has on my kids, the see that I see that it has on my family. because where I come from, where we come from, I want to say because don't want to speak for Deja, but we both from some real situations. But you really didn't see, it wasn't something that you thought about, and then it was like food, like you opened up a restaurant, or you did these things. It wasn't something that you really thought about being an entrepreneur. It wasn't something that you really understood that this is hard work. You're going to work harder in entrepreneur than you do at your regular job, but it's worth it. That to me, that having my kids really see that firsthand and to understand that, you know what I mean? Because if they decide to go down this path, it will be with eyes wide open. You know what I mean? It'll be with the conversations that, the public will never see, or the frustrations that we have when we're at home and we miscounted something and we have to start over, or, so just that to me is a standout moment that sticks with me when I even get frustrated, like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this is what I should be doing. And like clockwork, something like that'll happen to like, calm down, girl, you got this.
Those moments of reassurance, for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Dasha?
School either. Like,
well,
you don't get in school.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
She was saying that her kids are getting something they're definitely not teaching in school. They don't teach entrepreneurial skills in school, so that's a whole nother lesson and a whole nother facet. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. And to that point, not to interrupt you, sis, but even like I took an accounting class when I got my master's degree. It is not as detailed. It taught me how to read a report. I knew what I was looking at on there, but to really do all the calculations, now they know if you're really going to do that and you prepare your own reports, it's some next level stuff you have to get. So, but I was just saying that to your point, but sorry, go ahead, Dasha.
Okay, so the positive for me is the fact that we are still here.
Come on now.
I get another day to try to get it right. I get another day to try and build generational wealth for my family and for somebody else's. Everything that sits on our shelves, whether it's in a store or not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say everything, but most of the stuff down there now, because it's in my basement. Most of the stuff on there is Black owned. And I can say I have contributed to someone else's wealth.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone that looks like me.
Yeah.
And they are helping contribute to my generational wealth for my family. This is something that is not my direct line. So I feel obligated that I have to try so that my kids can see that this is something that we can do. And not only that, so the community can see that, hey, this can be done and we can definitely work together to build something for each other. That's what I feel like the positive is. We're here and we're still trying.
That's amazing that you've been able to contribute to someone else's wealth, because at the end of the day, we all know that the PPP loans didn't all go everywhere where they need to. So some of us need a little bit than others on this other end of it, because it wasn't even, and it never really is. But when we support each other, we even that on out for ourselves, and that's the best part about it.
That's it.
Yeah,
for sure. So planning is a major part of business, any business. What are some of the future plans that you're able to share with us here tonight? What do you all have in store for either the next few months or even the next year?
Well, we're still working out the details, but we are definitely changing a lot of what we offer. We're in a completely different market. So we have to strategically change things so that we can be relevant in the next 5 years. And so we don't really know exactly how that looks in the moment, because we're still researching and trying to figure out not only what people here locally want, but what the world wants. And so right now we're just working through the transitional part of it, but there will be some changes to our product offerings and, how we're interacting with our customers.
So sounds like the community should stay watchful.
Yes.
Yeah, so stay watchful on our social media. Specifically, YouTube is going to be changing. We will be doing a lot more interacting with the customers. We already have some tutorials and stuff on there, but it's going to be more conversations about real life experiences that we're having. We would like to bring that to the platform so that people can understand what it is that we have been through and try to learn from our mistakes, so to speak, and also, a place where we can have dialogue and just talk about the realities of life and being a small business. And so that's coming to YouTube soon. So that's something that we can tell you. But, the other thing is just, with the product changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, here at Doing the Most Media, we are always a community of being connected and continuing to support each other. What are some things that the community can do to support you all as you go through these transitions, changes, and as we continue to keep an eye for all the things that are coming?
I can say just be patient with us and communicate with us. Let us know if it's some things that you're not really interested in or what you want. I mean, we might not be able to jump and get it tomorrow, but it is at the back of our mind to try to provide more of what our community is asking for. And so, because of the many transitions that we have been through, we're trying our best to try to give exactly what people want. And so that would need more of them coming to us and just letting us know what it is and just being open and patient with us.
Yeah. And I would say, continue shopping with us. If there's something that you really like or there's a line that you really like she said, to kind of let us know. But, I think that's the biggest thing because the more we get, the more we give.
Yeah.
So if we have people coming in shopping with us, I had a sister that was going to the Caribbean and was trying to get crochet hair, but she couldn't have time to get it and she didn't get it. I know everybody's not going to live like that, but where you can be intentional, that helps us, which in turn helps you, helps us to provide you with great customer service, great, product offerings, the whole nine. So just continue shopping with us intentionally.
I know I will, because alternatives are important. To those big brands, those alternatives mean the world. So
yeah.
I definitely don't want to leave off anything that either of you feel is important to share with the community as we get ready to close out. I want to make sure to give you a chance to drop any maybe gems that you have, any advice, anything you would like to share at this time.
I would say a gem I would say is to give the smaller brands a chance. We have found some fire products that the packaging looks like plain because they're just starting out, but they work better than Bath and Body Works. They work better than the Vaseline. They work better than whoever you're using. What we have for our skin care is killing that. Same with our edge control. So I would definitely say that. But in terms of just business wise, I just want people to know that, and this is going to sound really cliche, but I want them to know that it's entirely possible. But I think that you have to, and whatever you are dreaming is entirely possible. But I think that you have to really um, know that you're going to be stretched and to be honest about your capacity and know that, a pivot is not a loss. That's something that was really, I had to kind of own in my own walk with the store. So, if you have to pivot, it's not meaning that you should sit down and give up or stop. It's just a pivot. It's an opportunity for you to reset yourself and keep going.
I have a few gems.
See, I was trying to be mindful because she said she was closing, so I just kept it short. You know what I mean?
Now, I can ramble sometimes, but I'm gonna try to keep it, concise. I have three. The first is followers do not equal sales. Followers do not equal sales. Just because someone has a popular or active social media does not mean that they are making a lot of sales. And I'm just going to leave that there on that one. The second one is not everybody will support you, including family and friends. And you have to be okay with that. You cannot allow other people's non-support of you and your business to dictate what you do. You have to keep moving, because guess what? There are people out there who do support you and who do love you. And so if you changed what you were doing because of what others were not doing, you would not be here to supply a need for those who want the service. And the third one is be consistent in everything, not even just business, but consistency has shown us that, you know, as long as you're consistent, as long as you can continue to do things the way that you know they should be done, at the end, there is light, like there is joy, there is a, you know, there's a reward for that. And so it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen in a year, it might not happen in 2 years. But guess what? That work that you're putting in is going to lead to something eventually. So that's all I have.
Oh, but that it was all needed. It was like a power punch. It was a follow-up, a great one. Because I mean, at the end of the day, all of those things are so very true, and they're things that I think people hear without taking too much heed to. So I'm not even going to touch on that because you said it all. I do want to give you a chance to share social media information and any website information so the people can get in touch and contact and make those orders.
Yes. So our website is www.regalbeautyco.com. That's regalbeautyco.com. And our Instagram is Regal Beauty Co. And our Facebook, you can just type in Regal Beauty Co. or Regal Beauty, and we'll come up. Also, we're on Twitter. I know I'm on Clubhouse, but it's my name, which is Dasha Sprout. Deanna, are you on Clubhouse too, or no?
I am, but I don't have an Apple, so it's not working for me.
Oh. Well, sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
And YouTube. YouTube is Regal Beauty. We have the same image on all platforms. Also Pinterest. We really pin a lot of good stuff, especially hairstyles. So if you're looking for something different to try, go to our board and follow us. And that's about it. That's all I have.
Yeah.
I thank you both so much for joining us this evening and sharing of yourselves and sharing about your business with the Doing the Most Media community. And I look forward to continuing to support you ladies going forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone who tuned in, and have a really great Friday evening.